In this video guide, we're going to work with Bonsai BIM and we're going to create a Gantt chart. So we're going to see some tools for management and facility management, architectural project facing and animation also, which is sometimes called 4D. So what I'm doing here is just creating a new IFC metric project so that we can start from the beginning. I'm going to save it and we're going to work with a really simple project so that you can understand with the simple examples. So it's going to be quite easy and fast. So now we don't have anything in the scene. So we're going to create a wall by using the wall tool and clicking up here, create quick wall, and then we're going to add it. Now, if you want to know uh, more about Bonsai BIM, there is an entire video course in Bonsai BIM in the channel that you can check. So I'm just going to go quick here and create, again, a really easy example. Press the Y or the X to align, and then you can snap on the other side. And then here I'm going to press the Y, and then I'm going to close this chain of wall so that it's kind of an apartment or a house. And then I'm going to add just a quick door here and also a quick window so we can work with this in terms of defining the calendar, the work plans, and so on. So really simple building, and let me add just quickly a slab. And so we finish. I'm gonna just use this, but you can create, of course, a complete project as is shown in the Bonsai BIM video course. Okay, so now let's move into the panels on the right side, and I'm gonna expand it a little bit. So we're gonna go all the way here on the right, on the top toolbar. We're gonna choose costing and scheduling, and we're gonna go directly in the management section in terms of time, and again, as I said, calendar, work plan, tasks, and things like that. So you can see here there are some tools and panels in the bottom. So I'm going to start by creating a new calendar. And so I'm going to go here and I can edit. And I'm going to call this working time or working calendar. So this will represent kind of the entire time that is needed to be working on this project. You can insert all the data if you want here, be more specific, choose a specific type here if you want, but it's not mandatory. So once you finish, you click there. So now we have the first work calendar, and we can click now on that little icon right here to enable the work calendar times. I'm going to add a work time. So you could add like different work times. Maybe there is a pause between one work time and another. So again, just fill up the information here. So let's say this is going to be the building of the house work time. And then the important part is define the start and the finish. So you can click on the calendar here and define a starting date and an ending date or finish date. Okay. And you can always modify it, of course. You can always go back and change it. And you can change also the, if you want to indicate, if you want to work daily, so every day, or weekly, or monthly, or yearly. So you can define here like some more information if you want. So again, this is just about management. So it's just mainly information that you can store or not. So if you say like monthly on a specific date, you can set here some days, or you can use weekly or daily. So if I say daily, then I'm gonna put like, okay, I'm gonna work every day from 10 to 16, and that's it. Or in your case, if you're using the PM, is going to be 4 p.m. like. Okay, now that we have work time and we have calendar, I'm gonna close everything so we can understand better where we are. So we are here in the construction and scheduling. And so now we will go and define another thing, which is the work plan. So in this work time, I wanna put a work plan. And this work plan, again, could be one, could be two, but I'm gonna work with one. Also can be defined. So my work plan is going to be called like whatever I want. So I'm just going to call it work plan 01. And then I can put all the information as well here or not, depending on the situation. And usually the most important thing that I always put is the beginning and the ending. So you can put the creation date, you can put the start and the end. Okay, now the next one will be here to go and add the work schedules. This is the most important one. So once you have the work plan, you can go to work schedule. Let's add here a name. So always could be generic name. So work schedule 01. And once we get the schedules here, the work plan and everything, we can expand and we can start to work with the schedules. That's the most important one. So I'll click enable editing and you'll get in here, and here you can start to add summary tasks, which are like the bigger tasks. And then you have, once you put that, you can put smaller tasks and smaller and smaller. So let's assume I want to work on this wall. So I want to add that. So I'm going to create a bigger category for these tasks. So it's going to be like creation of walls. And then inside that, I will create like a hierarchy, a tree structure. I will put a smaller task for that specific wall. So just insert, type in here, give an ID, and continue. You can click on add summary task, and then you can click on add to add like subtasks. So my primary summary task will be the walls, and here I just put the creation of wall 1, and down here in the task icon I can put the output and the input. In this case, these are output because I'm going to create the actual wall. I can also put here some schedule columns, extra columns, and you can choose which one to put, or you can click on setup default. So you will find down here then the defaults once you confirm. So now you can see here we have start, we have finish, and we have duration. Now this part is really important for the Gantt chart and for the animation. So make sure that everything here is defined. And also we can assign the calendar. So you can see here we have work calendar 01, so we can assign it. And let's go here back. So now let's start with the summary task. So the first summary task needs to have a start and a finish. So this is, again, kind of the container of this moment of our work, which is going to go like, I'm just putting dates here. You can put whatever you want, but I'm putting like, let's say 1 month, and it's going to tell me the amount of days on the right side in the duration column. Okay, so I can expand this, and I can put now the subtasks. So let's say that this is going to be creation of the first wall, which is going to be in the same date of the beginning of this summary task. And it is going to take maybe, well, I'm just going to put again like generic dates just for you to understand. Then you can put your own. But let's say that it's going to say like here, you see the result, like 8 days, 7 days, could be 1 day, depending on you. Just again, showing you how it's going to generate the duration once you put the dates. And usually it's going to fix the format if it's not right. But if you don't see the duration on the right column, well, that could be a problem. And then you can click on generate Gantt chart. So this is all you need. Then you can be more specific, less specific. You can put some resources in. You can, put more tasks, more subtasks, more summary tasks. But this is how it's going to be visualized. So you have like a black line representing the wall creation, and then you have up there the name of the schedule, which will be the work schedule 01, and that's really all you need. Then if you want, you can put work plans, work calendars, or other management things. But and you can also switch from day to week to month to quarter and much more. So you can also print. You can print with the A4, or you can print with the landscape in A3, so bigger paper. So once it's finished, you can print everything and you can have it like in a piece of paper. So this is how easy it is to set up and generate a Gantt. Make sure you have, tags, subtags, beginning, ending, duration, and that's good enough. But if you want to be more, specific, you can continue to add subtasks. So you click on add, you can delete, or you can add here. So they could be on the same level. You can create a really complex tree structure of tasks depending on other tasks, and so on. And you can also assign here the various outputs connected to that task. So you select it on the scene and you click on the plus down there to assign it. And again, we're going to put some dates, and that's going to generate the final duration on the right. So what I'm doing here is finishing the part concerning the walls. So I'm going to create one summary task for the wall, and I'm going to create another summary task for the door and the window, just to have them separated. So the first one would be an ID, so nothing complex. The name should be more understandable, but the code you can put whatever you want in the ID. And then you can add, I'm going to add 2 more in here, and one is going to be for the door, one is going to be for the window. But of course, this could be also like more specific. For example, if you have more floors, you can put like doors on the first floor, doors on the second floor, and so on and so far. So you can definitely customize this to your own needs. And then you generate again the Gantt chart. So you can see now it's a more complex Gantt chart with more entries, more tasks, more subtasks, and etc. So you can, define more here. And you can also change the date and some information also directly in here. So if you change the date, it's gonna change the duration. For example, for the walls, I can make this less. There you go. So it's going to be a shorter time. And also you can review the information about that task when you roll over. And here in the resources, we don't have anything. So let's go in the resources up here. We can add also some resources. So if you click here, you can start to add. And this could be crew, which means something like your workers. Okay, and then you can also put some subcontractors. So I'm just going to put like a name, generic name here for the fixture. So let's say that the doors and the window will be like from a subtractor. The rest is going to be done by the workers, and you can put also all this information here: material, tools, equipment, costs. So you can also calculate costs, but this is in another lesson of the Bonsai BIM course. So I'm just going to put a couple of here, and you can see also I can put their dependency, like the chief and the assistant and whatever. And I can also add some more columns here in the schedules. So maybe I'm interested in knowing more about something here. So let's see, go here. I'm gonna put like the status if I want. So I can update the status right there. Or maybe I can put some, let's see, which type of calendar I'm using, or the total outputs or the total inputs, etc., etc. So I can put more information into that. But here on the bottom, this is where I can pick and put the resources. So let's say I want to put the workers here. in the wall creation. So I'm going to click on plus, and then on the windows and doors, I want to put the external contractor. Okay, I'm going to put this in the summary task, clicking on plus, and then on the specific tasks, I can choose which worker is going to work in which task, or maybe they could be both working. So I need to select first the first one and then the second one. So click on plus, and then again click on plus. So these two will be working together for the rest of the walls, and so on, so on. It goes on like this, but I hope I give you an idea of how everything is kind of structured here. We need to spend time to become more proficient with all this stuff, which goes also into really complex things. Like you can put costs, you can put here, other information about quantities, and but I want to show you the animation because it's really easy, really quick, and also really cool. So here is when you can generate an animation. So you can guess the start and the end of the animation, or you can just put here your dates. So it's about time, it's about animating the time of the building. So you can change here the type. So frame based means that like every second we're gonna see like 1 week of work, but you can customize all these parameters. I'm just gonna go quick, and here you can add taskbars, and also here you have create animation. So this is where we're gonna create it. And first let's add the camera. So the camera of the 4D animation is right there. So I can select it. I can go into the camera. I can lock the camera to the view, and I can position this camera a little bit better. Okay, and then unlock it. And so I can now go here and create the animation with that camera. So create animation. If you see these things turning orange, that means that something happened, because this is kind of animating, and if they are green, the thing that the objects will be visible. Otherwise, so that it's kind of a hide and show animation. I'm just going to show you in just a second. I'm going to put this up right there so we can have more space down here to expand and put a timeline. So if I change the visualization of this viewport, I'm going to put timeline. So we're going to see now, if you select things, you can scroll the timeline and you can see things appearing essentially, because it's about creating these walls you can see there, and doors and windows. So everything it kind of show up in terms of, well, yeah, according to what we define in the time, and everything is turned into keyframes. You can also change them. You can change the keyframes. You can change the graph editor, the type of animation, or whatever you want to do with it. But that's covered in the Blender 5 video course about animating and rendering and other stuff. So this is just to show you that you can easily create Gantt charts. You can easily create 4D animation, which will be cool to show and show how the building will be created and will grow up. And that's it. So this will be all for this video. If you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel to stay updated for more. Join the channel to support us. Thanks for watching. See you in the next.